Hey, coming in, coming in. Do you know the password? No, just kidding. This is just a video. You couldn't tell me even if you did. If I did have a password, it'd probably be Gumdrops, I think. But only just made this for, so we haven't got to password or security yet. Oh, sorry. Where are my manners? Do you want a bottle of water? Got to stay hydrated, especially in here. It's quite snuggly and warm. I'll give you a bit of a tour. That's where I keep my water. This is where I keep my bananas. And that's the tour. So welcome to my blanket fort. What are you doing in a blanket fort, Ant? It's like 20 degrees outside and you're 23 years old. Both very good questions. How many questions did you ask? Just the one. I'm sure you had more burning questions and all very good. I have been feeling quite indifferent recently about my entire existence. Now, this isn't meant to be an upsetting video, just so you know. I'm not in a particular rut. I've just been thinking a lot. Of course you have. Of course you haven't. I've been consuming a lot of media recently concerning the ideas around like a loss of innocence and like a loss of playfulness, I guess. A loss of growing up, not being a child anymore, becoming an adult and losing something. It all started sparking in my mind. I've got some notes written down on my phone, so I'm just going to pick those up. I spent the day with a friend of mine and her son, and I was just so fascinated by how he interacted with the whole world. I mean, first of all, like, I'd only met him when he was a tiny little bubba, so he was a little bit older now, you know, he's walking and talking, being a proper little man. So he was very tentative towards me at first, and he was very sort of, you know, gentle and reserved. But then eventually he started, you know, coming to his own. We started bonding a little bit, I like to think. Anyway, I mean, I don't let anyone else play with my moshi monsters. So he was just so full of curiosity. He was so full of innocence is the best way to explain it. But the main thing that stuck with me is that he constantly was looking up. And because I'm such a tall guy, like I don't do that very much. I'm looking down a lot. And I mean, it's a well-known thing, you know, the whole look up more thing. It was the thing that I only found out about from my friend Ellie at uni. She always used to be like, you should try and look up more, Ant. So I do. That's something that I carried with me. Due to his physical stature, his size, he has to look up all the time because he's not as tall as other people and creatures and things. So he's absorbing this amazing world that's sort of like non-existent to me almost because I'm not looking up. And he's doing it with such curiosity, this like primal urge to absorb everything he possibly can. He's a little sponge creature, and he's just going. That was weird, wasn't it? That wasn't necessary. I feel like I don't have the imagination I once did. I watched Where the Wild Things Are last night, and something that really stuck with me from that was the pure power of imagination and the pure power of innocent, untainted imagination. When Bailey, my friend's son, when he and I were like playing Moshi Monsters and stuff, you know, I'm asking him questions, I'm trying to get him to talk about all these things, and he's got the answers. Like I'm going like, oh, what's this one's name? He tells me. What, do they have superpowers? What's going like? He tells me, and he goes on with like such beautiful, wonderful description. Like, and I miss that. I miss being able to believe it. I think I can still come up with these ideas, and I think I still do have a grip, a fairly firm grip on my childhood innocence and stuff, and curiosity. But like, it's believing it. You know, it's in Where the Wild Things Are, you know, he's talking to a fence at one point. He's like being a sergeant major and like commanding a fence to do certain things. And he believes it. He believes that it's not just a fence, you know, or like it is. I mean, I think he does explicitly say that it's a fence, but he believes that it's part of this role-playing exercise thing that he's doing. And that's just amazing. It's amazing. I've forgotten how to have this childlike pleasure, this childlike fun. I've forgotten how to enjoy myself in the ways I used to. I realise that's all part of maturing and growing and whatever, but I really want to try and harness that childlike innocence I once had and try and work with it. And that's why, I mean, even now, I'm in this blanket fort that Ali and I made, and all I can think about is like, I am fucking sweltering. It is 3:15. I'm not applying for jobs right now. I'm sat in my kitchen in a blanket fort. Excuse me. Bodily functions are allowed. Haven't got a working toilet in here yet, so I'm going to have to limit the bodily functions. I'm really trying to harness it because my life is worrying about money at the moment, and it's job searching, and it's feeling in a bit of a rut sometimes, not all the time, because I'm trying to fill my time with things I enjoy. And I'm trying to think, if I'm spending money, am I spending it on something I'm going to enjoy? Am I spending it on like time with people or like an event or something, for example? Like I'm spending it on trying to harness my enjoyment. I don't know whether I'm indulging my childlike curiosity and that enough. I think that's what I need to work on. I think I need to try and do that more. But obviously, there are limits now. I'm an adult now, you know, like I can't stop looking for jobs and just run around fields all day. Oh, made myself well sad. I'm not. I'm in a blanket fort. No saddies allowed in the blanket fort. That's 2 rules now. Burps, no farts. No saddies in King Ant's fort. I don't really want to be a king. Unless we're all... Another rule. Once you come in here, you are royalty. And we have an equal and shared connection. You are royal. That was your line. Don't know whether you did it, but it's fine. I don't know whether I've said any of what I wanted to say in this video. All I've really done is just sweat in front of a camera. Hopefully you can't see the perspiration. I don't think you can. Maybe if I film this in like 4K, you could see like the droplets forming. Gonna stop. If you ever want to come back, just know the password will henceforth be Gumdrops, but do not tell anyone else because this is just for you. You're royalty and you're coming in Gumdrops. Okay? Shh. No one else. Goodbye.
Yes, it's blooming.
It's blooming.
My very own flower.
The magic of nature.
The magic of nature.